Waking up at 5 a.m. has changed my life, and after posting my video last week about my experience doing it for the first time, I got so many of you guys that were interested in hearing some tips on how to wake up at 5 a.m. So many people want to do it but just don't know how. So I'm going to share with you my top 12 tips that helped me wake up at 5 a.m., get started for the first week, and continue the habit. The first really important thing, as with any life change, is to know your why. If you don't have a good reason why you're doing it, you're not going to be motivated to wake up early. For me, my why was that I found myself being really grumpy and irritable when the kids came down in the morning. I was being woken up by my kids, and that was just starting my day off in a mental space where I was suddenly needed for everything. They had a lot of questions, they had a lot of needs because they're kids. That's what they do. But that left me without time to mentally prepare myself for the day and physically prepare myself for the day. Also, I've really been putting an emphasis on my health and wellness and fitness, so I really wanted to make sure that I had time to work out that wasn't going to be interrupted. Luckily, working out and then being in a better mood go hand in hand, so my why is golden. The second thing I would say is set a goal for how long you want to do it. If you just say, oh, I'm going to try to wake up at 5 a.m. and then you do it for 1 or 2 days and you're exhausted and then you quit, you're going to just have a bad perception of it. My recommendation would be to set a goal for at least a week so that you can have the time period for your body to adjust and for your sleep schedule to adjust. And then at the end of that week, if you still hate it, maybe it's not for you, but maybe you'll learn some new things and it can change your life too. The third thing would be to tell somebody else that you're going to do it. I'm not saying to ask for other people's opinions on why you should do it, when you should do it, if you should do it, what their experience is with it. I'm saying you've made a decision, you tell somebody else, this is what I'm gonna do, and I would love your support in helping me stay consistent with it.
I'm about to do something this week that I've never done before. All week. I'm gonna be getting up at 5 a.m. That's my plan. I'm excited about it. I think.
Whether it be your spouse or your best friend or your online community or your Facebook friends, tell somebody, put it out there so that you have accountability. You're gonna get a lot of people saying you're crazy and they could never do it and they can't believe you're gonna do it. Well, good, that's their life and you can make a change for your life to help better yourself. So as you're preparing yourself for the big night of getting ready to wake up at 5 a.m. for the first time, the first thing you wanna do is just kind of think about something that you want to do. Not something that somebody else expects you to do, not something that somebody else is wanting you to do, that you feel obligated to do, something you want to do. For me, it was exercise. I also wanted to carve out some time to write in a journal, do some devotionals, and those types of things that will help me get into my better mental state. I knew that I wanted to be done getting ready, take a shower, put on my makeup, blow dry my hair, pick out my clothes, so that when the kids woke up, I didn't have to make any of those decisions. Number 5 is a little bit obvious, but go to bed early. This may be difficult for some of you guys, but it's gonna be the start to a great week. Try to go to bed a little bit earlier than you did before. Obviously, 7 to 8 hours of sleep is the ideal amount, but base it on what you were getting before and try to scoot your bedtime back so that you can get to bed at a decent hour. I will admit I did not succeed greatly at this the first week and I got to bed a little bit later. Don't worry, it will catch up on you later in the week if you don't do it to begin with. Before you go to bed, turn on your phone the little do not disturb feature. It is fabulous. It keeps notifications from coming through all night. If you get an email, a text message, whatever, it's not going to disturb you in your sleep, but it does allow phone calls to come through. So if there's an emergency, if somebody really needs you, they're likely going to call. Uninterrupted sleep is so important, and so this is a great feature on your phone. There's also a bedtime feature that will help you make sure you're getting the right amount of sleep, and it will automatically turn that do not disturb setting on at the time you say you're going to bed until the time you say you'll wake up in the next morning. Number 7 is one that I thought would be really hard for me, but it actually wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Don't hit snooze. I am a chronic snoozer. I would snooze my alarm clock for an hour and a half, sometimes not even knowing I was doing it. I would set 4 or 5 different alarms so they're going off at different times, making sure I didn't turn one off. And that's how I woke up every single day that I needed to set an alarm. Not good for you, I promise. It seems like it's great, it feels good to get that extra sleep, but it's not good for you. So the way I avoided this was to set my alarm for 5 a.m. and I set 1 alarm. I was not allowed to snooze it. I put my phone within far arm's reach, and I didn't allow myself to put my head back on the pillow at all. The first night, because I only had 1 alarm set, I was so nervous that I was gonna miss the alarm or snooze it or sleep through it that I kept waking up like every hour. It's gotten better since then, but knowing I only have 1 alarm is just peaceful. It's like there's no decision-making process of like, do I get up at this snooze, or like, should I snooze one more time? So when you're snoozing so much, you're automatically making your brain make decisions of whether you get up now or not the second you open your eyes, and that's crazy. When you have one alarm and you don't snooze, there's no decision making, you get up. Number 8 is turn on the lights. That's something I know a lot of people don't like to do in the morning, but if you're worried about being tired, wanting to get back in your bed and going back to sleep, turn on the lights. It's gonna wake you up, it's gonna make you feel like the day started. It's most likely still dark outside wherever you are at 5 a.m. So turning on lights in your house gets your body woken up and gets your eyeballs ready for the day. Number 9, chug water. This is one that I had heard a lot, but I wasn't really sure about. I thought, no, caffeine, like I need caffeine. But if you'll drink a good, huge glass of water, even 2 glasses of water before you even have your caffeine, I promise it will help. Your organs will start waking up, your body will feel like you need to get going, and you won't need to go back to sleep. If you've got into bed at the right time, your body will have had multiple hours of not drinking water, and water is so important for your body. Chugging water helped me so much, and by the end of the second week, I actually found myself going, oh wait, I haven't even had any caffeine yet, after it had been a few hours. Believe it or not. Number 10 is move your body. For me, that meant exercise, but for some people, you may not want to exercise, you may exercise later in the day, but move your body in some way. Do some stretches, get on YouTube and search morning wake up stretches, morning wake up yoga. Anything that gets your muscles moving and grooving and awake is gonna help you wake up so much more than just sitting still. I know some people prefer to get up and sit down and journal or sit down and do something else when they first wake up, but for me, moving my body first thing kept me from feeling like, oh, I just want to go back to sleep. If my body got moving, I was awake. Well, dang, I ran out of fingers. But number 11 is to change clothes or get dressed. Maybe you work from home and you don't have to put on something fancy, but just changing clothes does something in your brain to help your body and your mind go, okay, different scenario, different setting. It's time to move from sleep to awake time. I wouldn't necessarily recommend changing back into a different pair of pajamas, but if you put on maybe even like just some yoga pants and a t-shirt, if it's a different outfit, put your bra on, change your underwear, you know, that kind of thing. It'll help. And number 12, my last tip is related to how to make this last, and that is to develop a routine. The first week, I kind of did things a little bit differently each morning as I was trying to figure out what worked best for me. Some mornings I went straight to exercising and then showered. Some mornings I went straight to working and then showered. Some mornings I showered first. I tried to figure out what worked best to make the rest of the day go better and to make sure that I felt fulfilled with that morning time and calm and peaceful by the time everybody else woke up. So give it the week, and then whatever you find works best for you, stick to that routine. This is not about what works for somebody else, it's what works best for you. If you need to do work first thing in the morning and make sure that that's taken care of and off your mind before you get your day started, good, that's fabulous. For me, it's about not doing work and not feeling the pressure to be productive, but to have some me time where I got to do things that I wanted to do to get my mind right. If you guys have any other suggestions or tips that have been helpful for you for getting up early and starting your day right, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I would love to read them. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Click that subscribe button. I am changing a lot of things in my life right now, and I'm really excited to take you all along on the journey and try to provide any tips that I can to help along the way. Let me know if you start a new habit of waking up at 5 a.m. and how it goes for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.